everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Sipping and Small Talk. I'm so excited. Happy December because we are in December, y'all. And I hope everybody's doing good all month long and in your life, in your personal life. I'm Teresa. This is my channel, Just Teresa. If you don't know me, I would love for you to go ahead and hit on that bell for me, okay? And then hit the subscribe. I want you to be a part of my family. I'm so excited. Today, if y'all remember, I told you that on Sipping and Small Talk, I will be doing interviews, panels, and movie reviews, TV show reviews, or whatever I want to open up my range for. And I did do my first interview with House of X Entertainment. If you didn't see that, please go to my playlist and check that out. It is under Sipping and Small Talk. Well, this one is, you won't believe it, my very first review on anything I've ever watched. I have done where I tell y'all my top favorite shows that I'm watching, and I give a little bit about what they are about just to give you an idea of the show. But I have never done a review, and I am so excited, a little bit nervous, okay? So if I screw up, y'all give me a pass, okay? Let your girl live. And the ones who do it all the time, go on and put it in the comments what I could do different. Now, all my information is in the description box below, okay, and including the name of the movie and stuff like that. This is a show, so let me jump right into it. This first one is about season 1, episode 1. It is a series, okay? It is brand new for 2020, so I don't think it's been out that long. A lot of people have seen it though. But if you haven't, you know what I mean, you might want to go ahead and check it out, then come back and watch the review. But you do have to have Amazon Prime. It is only on Amazon Prime, okay? Now, I don't know if it's on the internet, like on YouTube or anything like that, but I know it is an Amazon Prime original, okay? So I found this movie, actually, the way that I seen it was watching Tamron Hall. She had the whole cast. See the cast up here? These are the girls. In this picture, there is what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But truthfully, the show started off with 9 girls. So we're gonna jump right into this whole thing. It's so exciting to me because I was a person who loved that series, that TV show Lost that came out years ago. I watched that whole thing on Netflix back to back, and they're constantly referring this show to having Lost vibes. So that's what caught my attention. Anything that has Lost vibes, you got me, okay? Because I love Lost, and I've been waiting for stuff to come out um, like Lost for a long time. I don't care that it's not verbatim to that show, but I just wanted it to be something like it. So, like I said, the name of the show is The Wilds. I don't know if y'all can see that. There it goes, The Wilds. And I was excited. You know, the reason they referred it a little bit to Lost is because the girls were on an airplane and they crashed on an island. That's exactly how it was in Lost. But truthfully, those are really the only similarities that I've seen so far. Okay. So this episode is season 1, episode 1. Okay. So these girls here, they started off as 9 girls on the airplane. And the reason that they're on this airplane, they were going to a special retreat that their parents sent them on. Apparently, all of these girls have their own issues in some kind of way. Like one of them was selling drugs, another one was a prima donna. The one on the end right here, her, no, no, right there. She's from a rich family. She was very spoiled, prima donna, ungrateful. She's seen some things that her dad was doing and she put it all over the internet, just like a brat would do. Then there's other ones that's a foster care. And there's another one, this black girl here, she's kind of angry. Wait a minute, right there. She's kind of an angry person. She wants to fight and she has to win. And, so they all have issues of their own. And they were basically getting on their parents' nerves. So their parents found out about a program. And mind you, that none of them know each other in the beginning. So their parents found out a program where you can send the kids to the retreat. And it's like a retreat for bad girls that you're trying to reform, basically. So there was 9 of them on the plane. And the first time that they ever met was on the plane. So they didn't know each other. They were saying hello. Some was speaking, some wasn't. It was a weird vibe. They were all like, where are our parents sending us? What's going on? You know what I mean? There was a little Chinese girl on the plane. That's the one you don't see in the picture. So, anyways, they're riding on the plane. All of a sudden, you see them all floating in the ocean. Like one minute we looking at them, the next minute we hear a little turbulence, and the next thing you know, they're floating on the ocean, including a little Chinese girl that you don't see up here now. So they're all floating, floating. Well, and then they started one by one hanging onto suitcase or whatever, coming on to land. So they're on this deserted island. Okay, it was so crazy. That's the reference to Lost. So they're on this island. They're all like, "Oh my God!" They're scared. They're just glad to see that each other is alive. Mind you, on the plane, they wasn't really even rocking with each other. But once your airplane goes down, all of a sudden, this is about to be your best friend, honey. Okay. So they're all trying to coddle each other. They're out of breath. They're scared to death. They're pulling each other out of the ocean. It's crazy. It's like going bananas. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited because I like these kind of shows. You know what I mean? So they pulled the Chinese girl out of the water. They pulled each other, and they're just laying on the ground like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I don't know how we even survive this. They're like shocked that they're even alive, which is so, so, so true. And that's why I said, if you have Amazon Prime and you know you're going to watch this, you can go ahead and watch season one, at least in episode one, then come back if you don't want this spoiler alert. Now, if you know you don't have Prime, then it's not going to matter, okay? Because there will be spoilers in here. But if you don't got Prime and you could never go see it, what is it going to matter to you anyway? So, anyways, let me move on. It's just a little bit more. I'm just going over episode one. So they're on the ocean now. They're all out of breath. They're pulling themselves together. They're looking around like, we remember there was 9 of us on this plane plus the pilot. So let's start looking for each other. So little by little, all 9 girls show up. They didn't see the pilot at this point because this is episode one. So at this point, there is no pilot. So they're all walking around. They're trying to find whatever little belongings they could find. They're going to need food. They're quickly catching the reality that they're going to need to survive out here because all you see is mountains, trees, and water. So they're realizing we got to get it together. We need to shake this off and figure out what we're going to do before nightfall. So they're trying to find whatever they can find. You know what I mean? The Chinese girl all of a sudden is kind of sick. She's not feeling good. She starts coughing up blood. So they're all running over there trying to help her, and it's just not happening. I do have notes. So let me take a look. The Chinese girl's name, by the way, is Jeanette. So Jeanette is not feeling good. You know what I mean? And then she starts throwing up blood everywhere. It looks like she's hemorrhaging from the inside because she has bruises all over her stomach. And all of a sudden, she just stops breathing. Right off the gate, the Chinese girl dies. Gone. They all start crying because for them, that is scary. So that's why you see 8 girls here in the picture because Jeanette has already died in season one, episode one. And that is extremely sad because she was the bubbly one on the plane. She wanted to play games. She wanted to play she wanted to play. There's a lot of little games, but she was the one who wanted to play games to get to know each other. So they were feeling a little bad that they didn't want to play the games with her when she was acting, you know. Because then in retrospect you start saying, oh my God, I could have did something different with her, and things like that. So they decided to go ahead and bury her. They wasn't going to bury her very deep, but they wanted to bury her so that like birds and whatever don't come and try to bother her body. So they dragged her over to the other side. They buried her. They did prayers. They were crying. They were very, very sad. But you still have to get back to normal. You got to get right back into the game. You cannot. On an island, that could be any one of you guys. You got to get back on your game. So they instantly started saying, okay, we need to get back to it. Whatever y'all can find, let's go look in the ocean. Let's go see if we can find bags. I think one of the girls, the prima donna over here, I believe she found her suitcase right here. She found her suitcase first. So that gave them a few things. I think there might have been some chips in there, some clothes. She's very rich. So she had $70,000 watches in her bag and stuff you really don't need on an island. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe somebody died so fast. You know what I mean? And the thing about this series that they're doing different as well, they're not like just talking about their lives on the island. So what it's doing is there's some clips that is on the island, and then it flashes back to before they got on the plane as you go along. You know what I mean? So, oh, I don't know why my hair is all over the place. Oh my God. Okay, so there's flashes of um their life before they got to on a plane one by one. So it would say, for instance, it'll flash back to Prima Donna, or it'll flash back to Martha, or whoever, Jeanette, the Chinese girl. So I found that interesting. It wasn't just we're going to be on an island and everything is going to be about them on the island, and then later on you'll hear about their real life. They're going back and forth. So that one minute they're showing you their life before they got to the plane, and the next minute you're back at the island. I found that to be very, very interesting. But it's a really good show. I'm binge watching this show. You know what I mean? Okay. So then all of a sudden, they decided it started getting nightfall. Okay. This is after they buried the girl and everything like that. It starts getting nighttime. So everybody sleep except for the blonde headed girl that you see right here, right there. Her. What is her name? Leah. No, that's not Leah. Hold on, hold on. Then all of a sudden, the blonde headed girl is the only one awoke. I think it's in the middle of the night, and she's an upbeat girl, real bubbly, like hello everybody. Da, 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 da. She's the real cutesy one, and she's bouncing around the most positive energy. Let's pray. Da 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 da. So up. I take that back. Nope, nope, nope. It wasn't the blonde one who I was getting ready to talk about. It was this one right here. Her name is Leah. Leah was the only one that wasn't asleep. It was middle of the night, probably 3 in the morning. Everybody sleep. Leah all of a sudden hears the phone ring. They need a phone. They're on the island. They tried to use somebody else's phone a little earlier, and it went dead before anybody picked up. So they were like, we need another phone. Nobody has a phone. So they went to sleep. Leah hears a phone ring and everybody sleep. So Leah gets up and she's walking around trying to see where the phone's coming from. Why is the phone coming from Jeanette, the dead Chinese girl that they buried? What? What? So all of a sudden she's like, oh, shoot, it's coming from the dead body. So they didn't bury her very deep. So she just moved away some of the dirt, pulled out the phone. Whoever was calling it had hung up, but she went ahead and tried to call the guy. And you will hear more about Leah as I go on to the other episodes, because I will be coming back. It is a series. You'll be hearing more about Leah and her obsession with her ex-boyfriend, because like I said, even though they're on an island, it always flashes back to their life before the plane. So in that life, just to give a little tidbit about Leah, Leah was obsessed with an older man. Leah is only like 16 going on 17. She told this guy she was 21. He is in his 30s. So when he found out that she was underage, he broke up with her. He was pissed off. He told her, don't ever call me again. You could have got me arrested. It was a whole thing. She is now mentally obsessed with this guy. Obsessed. She cannot let it go, almost stalkerish. You know what I mean? So Leah's the one that found the phone. Now, instead of her taking that phone, running back to the group and saying, there's a phone, let's make a call, let's call our parents, which is what anybody would have did. You want to call your parents. You know what I'm saying? You're on an island. The plane went down. To save our life, we need to get our parents. Oh, no, not Leah. What does Leah do? Leah calls the ex that she's obsessed with that told her to stop calling. Now, there's one bar probably on this phone, probably barely one bar. So that's telling me you're gonna put your life on the line for your obsession. So she calls him. He picks up and he says, Leah, I told you not to call me anymore. She's like, please, please listen to me. I just want to tell you something. He said, I told you to stop calling me. You're underage. Don't call me anymore. I'm not getting in trouble for you. Boom, he hangs up the phone. All of this while the girls are sleeping. What? Can you imagine what they're going to be thinking when they wake up? You mean to tell me the only call that we're able to make, you used it on an old guy that you're obsessed with? You know what I mean? It was horrible that she did that. It was horrible. So he hung up on her, and that was that. Let me see what my little note says. And so now, coming towards the end of this episode, it flashes back to real time, real life. Come to find out, there is a place like a building, real fancy with people in it. I'm gonna call it HQ because it's headquarters. Come to find out, this whole thing and them going down in the plane and them being the ones that ended up on this deserted island is being watched by some lady in a room on this huge screen watching everything they do. What does that mean? Is that not craziness to y'all? Somebody is watching me go through this. Somebody has seen this girl die, and this is okay. This is not okay. You know what I'm saying? This is not okay. Wait a minute. So I found that to be crazy because the whole time that I was watching from when the plane went down and everything, I'm thinking just like Lost, there's no connection to nobody. You're just out there by yourself. But Allah, they are being watched almost like experimental donkeys, honey. Yes, donkeys. You know what I mean? That to me was crazy. So that takes things to another level to me because that means these people that are watching me seeing somebody die, which I know, which is a teenage girl, which I know is not in the plan. And their parents think they're sending them to a courtesy get better resort. They think they're sending them somewhere to give them a better attitude, help them get their life together. So their parents are off doing their normal life. They think that their kids are fine. They don't know that their kids have crashed and on an island, one is dead, and they're being watched by somebody. And it just showed a lady like this in the camera, like watching them going, oh man, somebody died. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what she was doing. I just thought, whoa. So, like I said, this series is binge worthy, okay? I watched about 5 episodes already, but I decided that I'm just gonna do one episode right now, which is about 15 minutes. I hope you guys are really into this. Let me know in the comments if this is something you want me to continue doing. Next one I can do episode 2. And then we'll just take our time and get through it because not everybody has Amazon Prime and you might want to know how it's going. So it ended there. The next episode is going to be episode 2. I'm going to continue on with it. Please look out for it. This is a part of my Sipping and Small Talk series. I'm super excited. I hope you guys like it. And again, if you're new here, I hope you decide to stay. And thank you so much for being here with me for a good 15 minutes. I love you guys. Bye.